Hello everybody and welcome back to Noire, here where we have to go deal with a lady who's died presumably from morphine. And we're going to have to go see if she has actually died of morphine or something else. What's Roy saying?
Interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now.
I think that's true.
People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Somehow I don't think he is. Yes, we need to go check in with this lady or dead lady to see what's happened, but I suspect it's not all that good. But we don't really have many more details than that. We know she's dead. We know she's dead on potentially army morphine, but apart from that, we have no other idea.
Seem distracted. We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for. So what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Enlighten me.
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Royale, ever the charmer as always. Has a very pragmatic view on the world. Or perhaps cruel look on the world, depending on how you see it. Here we are. It's a murder scene, so we don't just think it's an overdose, although I'm sure Roy might think that. But that's interesting, the coroner's here.
Second floor. Apartment 6. In the back.
Okay, apartment 6 on the second floor. Now, is this going to be a British second floor or an American second floor? It's an American second floor because this is the first floor, not the second, because the bottom floor is the ground floor. This is the first floor. Bekowsky! So I was on my rant about floors.
You made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you.
Did Bekowsky replace me?
You want a hug?
I got away!
Relax, Russ.
So Bekowsky replaced me in homicide, that's cool.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people.
Right, Galloway, Jesus.
Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here.
Rusty,
Mal's 100% that it's murder.
we've had this talk before.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Rusty, we've had this talk before about you just assuming people were just dying for the sake of it. Let's actually... Yeah, okay, let's probably go look at the body first. Hello, Carruthers. Would you mind moving the other way, sir?
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
I can see clear signs of strangulation around the neck.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
There's a lot of bruising there.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
Anything else? Anything on the arms? I can see some what look like bite marks, which is incredibly creepy.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
What are the bite marks for? I mean, clearly there's some version of drugs involved in this, but whether it's a major thing, I don't know.
Very unusual ring.
It's a rather nice ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Thanks, Carruthers. Roy, stop being a perv. Roy has a real tendency to say things he shouldn't. Okay, drugs. That's not all that surprising given how many drugs are around in this flat. Anything over here? There's something over here. Dinner sweets. There's something hidden there, definitely. Sleeping pills.
What else is rattling around in this thing?
Can we investigate even further? Ah, there's something else underneath.
We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Speak to, okay, Dr. Stoneman's practice. We also have a name. Julia Randall. Anything else? It's a jacket of some kind?
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Okay, so an older men's jacket belonging to an older man. Doesn't particularly narrow it down, but let's see if there's anything else around. Anything in these photos that we need to think about?
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Yeah, she's a pretty high-end model by the looks of things. I wonder if there's anything written on the back of these, otherwise I don't know why we'd be able to interact with them. Is there anything on this one?
Could have been a modeling assignment.
Yeah, well, she clearly was a model of some kind, that's for sure. Ah, we have a note. The scene.
It's a place to start.
6582 Hollywood Boulevard. I'm working Tuesday 11 till 4. Come keep me company. Ask for Miss Randall, Julia. A note to a lover, perhaps? I wonder. Especially with that very nice ring. I wonder if someone was jealous or not.
Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Hi, Phelps. Jesus. Turning to Roy here. Okay, let's have a talk to the lady.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
Call the police.
We can make
We're
those
here.
calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
So who's Mr. Henderson?
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Who's Mr. Henderson? Okay, who are you?
What was it like?
Yes, you're the maid, aren't you?
Perfectly fine, officer.
I'm not sure I believe you.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Okay, so she's a high-end model, but also with a rollercoaster of emotions. Let's speak about her state of mind.
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
I doubt that, because we've got the drugs.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson?
We've
Julie
got
was obviously
the
concerned
prescribed
about
drugs, the
I have
antidepressants.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, do you want the sleeping pills? Yes.
something. She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pill box, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess.
I'm guessing she didn't just get them from her modelling
Does
job.
modeling really pay that well?
Probably not that well. I wonder if she got some stuff kind of free, but I'm guessing that's not the case.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Can I use the smoking jacket? Because you must have seen that.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
The men's smoking jacket. Surely that's something to go on.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry, I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
Thanks, Mrs. Reynolds.
Right.
You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
Okay. Let's go. Unless these chaps out here have anything to say.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
I'm not sure they're going to like me being in charge, but sure.
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Charming as ever. Right, where's our first stop then? First of all, where's our car? It's over here. Do we go to the... I think we'll go to her workplace first.
You know the way. You can drive.
Yeah, the dress store, and then we'll try the doctor's practice afterwards, I think. Purely because we might get some more information
Galloway,
there.
Quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bekowsky's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
Don't you dare talk bad about Bekowsky. I love Bekowsky.
They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Well, I just crashed into that car. That was amusing. Especially as he takes so much care of his car. I find it funny though, because I don't know if those are like planned scenes as to where they drive, or they actually just generally just planned a crash. But that's quite amusing nonetheless. Okay, here we are at the dress store. See what we can find out, if anything, from here. Ladies.
Well, hello. What can I...
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Okay,
How long has Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
But what's the issue? Because there's clearly some... Why did you have to let her go? But she's looking... I don't know, she's looking a bit shifty. I'm going to say doubt.
We need information on anyone she might have been seeing.
Damn.
Maybe someone she met here.
I'm sorry, I don't know of anyone. If she was seeing someone, he must have had money. Julia would never be interested in any man who didn't have real money.
Potentially that's the way she paid for...
Did she have any close friends
some of her
here?
clothes? The expensive clothes?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather. These gentlemen are from the LAPD.
Hello, Heather.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to me.
I'm very interested in engagement rings.
Henry.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Henry. Who's Henry?
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
Okay, relationship
How
with
did you
Julia.
meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Do I have a reason to doubt that? I don't know, you're blinking weirdly. I'm gonna say doubt because you're being weird.
You know that Julia was using drugs?
Got that wrong as
A
well.
lot of girls in this business do. They keep you alert and kill your appetite. I'm against it, personally.
What about informed Mr.
Are Miss
Henderson?
Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
I think I'm going to doubt what she's saying.
Look, lady, you
Nope.
need to give me something.
Still wrong.
Do you know anybody who would have cause to harm Julia?
No. Really, Mr. Phelps. Julie is my friend. I don't know why anyone would want to hurt her. She's okay, isn't she?
No,
That's all for now,
she's
Miss
not.
Watson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Well, that went about as terribly as could have done, with me getting literally every question wrong.
Can you drive to this one?
Off to Dr. Stoneman's then.
All right,
See if
where
that goes
to?
any better. That didn't go
Nice
very well
move
at all.
not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Yeah, that did not go very well in the slightest. Goodness me. Let's hope we can do better at Dr. Stoneman's. Who has a few questions to answer, the good doctor he does, because there's a lot of... It's been prescribing a lot of pills to her. And so I'm not entirely sure why, but it doesn't seem like a very good medically... It doesn't feel like a very medically sound thing to be doing, to be honest. Rich, cleaner and bolder, the finest tobacco in America. Ah, tobacco, if only we knew what it would do to us. But back then it was seen as healthy. Okay, Dr. Stoneman, 5th floor, room 505.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
Gotcha, please tell me there's a lift, I don't want to run up 5 flights of stairs. And there is, wonderful. Oh no, goodness me. In we pop. Anything to
I
say,
swear,
Roy?
if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
I think that's definitely true to an extent. Hello, Dr. Stoneman, LAPD. I have some questions.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
Nope.
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
I like the way she said gentleman.
Please, I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Gentleman.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Apologies, sir. Important business.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Do not pull that card on me, sir.
How well did you know Ms. Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Nope, that's a lie.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
No, but I have access to your prescription, which clearly states prescription has been going for about a year. Yeah, July 46.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine?
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Additional meds.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
I mean, that's probably true, but I'm gonna doubt that.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
You seem shifty. But let's see what we have anything.
Operator, message for KGPL.
I feel like we've got more to do with him yet, but we'll have to see.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Phelps, badge 1247. How can I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Okay, off to the morgue then, Dr. Stone. Get out of the way, Dr. Stoneman. Wow, it's even magic. Good look at that. Okay, on our way. I'm not sure I trust Dr. Stoneman entirely, but we'll have to see. Because it just seems a little suspicious. But you know, I could be wrong. He could be telling the truth. I'm just not sure I believe it.
The old boy's lying.
You think?
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. It's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
You know what, Roy? I agree with you. For once. For once, I don't think you're a complete raving lunatic. Okay, back to the morgue then.
You're behind the wheel.
Hollywood Receiving Hospital. Root beer, office supplies.
Have you noticed how Croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Sadly, I don't doubt that either, at least in the right circumstances. Certainly back in 1947 America. The good doctor. Okay, here we are at the Hollywood Receiving Hospital. Let's go speak to Mr. Carruthers, Mal Carruthers. I'm sure he'll have some somewhat useful information for us. Morgue is this way, I think. And hello.
Paul, Roy, I have some information for you.
Wonderful.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 Syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Interesting. Goodness me, he's had a rough time of it, hasn't he? Okay, what else have you found, Mr. Carruthers? That's a sad sight. Right, you found a harmonica?
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Right, I really don't know how the harmonica helps at all.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Alright, Roy, stop being a dick. He's so... Sometimes he's like comes up with some sense, and sometimes he's just the most ignorant person there. I don't know, he annoys me quite a bit. Right, investigation room 2, it's you. Hello, sir.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julie.
I don't think you care at all, but sure.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
I'm not sure I believe that. There's this men's smoking jacket, but I can't prove that's his, so I'm going to go with doubt.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
That's right.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private? Heather won't have to know? Yes. We had relations.
No surprise there.
Miss
Mr.
Randall's
Henderson.
landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Well, I don't have anything to confirm that he's lying. I could try the housekeeper's statement. I'm just gonna get rid of one if I can, remove an answer. That's not helpful.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Can I use the housekeeper's statement? Because here it says she lived in San Francisco.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get some from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Jimmy LeBlanc.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
What is that face?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
I doubt that.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
God, this guy's bullshitting
Okinawa,
himself.
A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Because Phelps is a Marine. I don't think he believes you.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bekowsky? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Yeah, I didn't think that Phelps was going to buy that Marine story, to be honest with you, especially as he was a Marine and he knows all about
He's in that car
the
at the
Marines.
light.
He's in the cream-coloured car by the lights. Let's go. I quite like these car tailing ones. I think they're better than the ones
Don't you
on
love
foot.
it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Yeah, I like it. I like the car ones. I just don't think the ones on the foot are as good, to be honest. I think these ones are a bit more interesting than just walking and looking into a shop window. Let's not get too close.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Oh, he just got rear-ended. Goodness me. He shouldn't have run a red light. Hopefully he's okay. Can't have him dying before we arrest him. It's impressive that all these cars actually move independently of each other. It's a very impressive system for quite an old game, I think, now. Let's not get too close if we can help it. We also don't want to lose him either.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
God
That's
damn
not
it,
good.
no one's looking at us, Cole.
Yeah, sorry. And I'm a maniac at driving, and I apologise. Oh, we're going too far away. Excuse me. Thank you. As long as we can still see him, I think that's the main thing. But we don't want to get too close either. So we'll just go at a slow rolling pace, and we should still stay within sight range at least. Okay, he's going left, it seems. Just stay here till he turns. We definitely don't want to get too close, but we also don't want him to get too far away. Excuse me, gents. Thank you.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
You think? Okay, where is he going? What's he doing? Oh boy. Let's not get too close. Is this a prison to our right with all the barbed wire? Oh, he's pulling over, is he? He is. Good. Going to a second-hand pawn shop by the look of it. I guess he's off to sell some things and get out of town, I would guess.
He needs money and fast.
What's he sold?
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him. See how he intends to spend the money.
Oh, we're doing some more. We're doing some more tracking.
I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
We're doing some more tracking. Interesting. I kind of hope that would be the only tracking, because the foot tracking is nowhere near as interesting. Okay, the map is flashing, but we can still clearly see him across the other side of the road, so hopefully that's not a problem. Yes, he's about to run off left, I really hope not. Because then we could be in some real trouble. So let's just speed up slightly. Well, we probably shouldn't run, because that makes it rather obvious. He's looking back. Incognito. Hello, sir. Get out of the way. Is he going to cross the road? I think he is, isn't he? Let's go back incognito just for a second. So he crosses the road. Okay, let's go now. I think we're far enough away he shouldn't really see us. Okay, let's run. I think we can tail him from behind here. Is he going to look back? I don't know. Where are you going, sir? Oh, he's turning. No. Run. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. Okay, goodness me. I thought we lost him there for a second. Where's he going? Is he going to that travel company?
Slack.
He is going to the travel company. Good. Looks like they've just bought a nice holiday somewhere. Okay. What are you doing, sir? Where are you going?
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
No, he's getting out of town.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
Right, Mexico City.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Dearest Beverly, with love and affection, always someone. Don't think that's his, though. Okay, now what? Oh, we got an achievement.
I need to go over the case notes.
Do we know where we're going?
Guess back to the police station. I can't... Oh, hang on. No. Okay, we'll go back.
Car 11K, 11 King, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bekowsky and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Okay, maybe it's...
11K, car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
R&I reports the last arresting officer for DOA Jimmy LeBlanc was Patrolman Fred Wallace, who's working a shift on Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Car 11K, en route.
Okay, so we'll go to the Holloway station first, find out what's going on there, and then we can head on to Patrolman Wallace and see what he has going on there. It's weird that we can't get the patrolman to come to us, but I guess maybe because he's on shift. We don't have a choice there. Okay, let's find out what Bekowsky and...
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over
Galloway
the last
have for
year.
us.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
It's very kind of you.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Right, contraband.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Presumably. Fabergé gold cigarette case, there we go.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
This is Beverly Eavestrom. Gotcha. Okay. Anything else we need to do here?
Advice?
What are we missing? Let's go back to the apartment.
Do we really need to go back to the apartment?
You're behind the wheel.
Fine, where are we headed?
Let's go to the... No, we've got stuff we can do.
Poor guy must be going crazy.
We'll go speak to the patrolman, see what he has for us. If anything. I presume he has something useful. Otherwise we wouldn't be getting in contact with him. What does he have, I wonder? This is a weird case, because I feel like we haven't made much...
Come on, let's give him a hand.
I feel like we haven't made much progress at all. Oh goodness, we're helping out here.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Right. We're helping out the policeman here. I wonder why. So are we having a shootout? We're not having a shootout. Okay, dealt with you, that's good. Oh, there's quite a few of you. Phelps moving around the corner. Into relative safety. Oh. You're dead, I see a foot down there as well. You need to die as well. Thank you. Who's still left? Is it just one chap? Hello, sir. Where are you? Oh, there you are. There we go. Gotcha. Right in the bottom.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. Nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Right.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
So we have the name of Willie, but who's Willie?
Can you drive to this one?
I guess only business left is the Eastern residence. Presumably that's the lady who had the Fabergé cigarette case stolen.
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
I don't know what we're expecting at this burglary residence, but we've gone to a lot of locations this mission. Goodness me. Been going everywhere, really.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
43?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
I don't think we're doing 43 items. We found what, one? Okay, burglary incident.
Can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Right. Do I believe you? I don't really have any reason to doubt that, to be honest.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned
the
home
doctor
and
shows up
all
again.
of my things were missing.
Clearly the doctor is involved to some extent.
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Was it worth $25,000? Because I'm pretty sure it was valued. Yeah, it was valued at 10 grand. So you're lying to me.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
Well, I've got this cigarette case valued at 10 grand.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied?
Ish.
My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother.
Oh.
Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Oh, she's coming with us, apparently. Okay. Where are we actually going, by the way? Arnett's apartment. Goodness me, so many locations. Okay. Oh, sorry. You know me, typical Brit driving on the left.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglary.
Oh, goodness.
That's my fiancé you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Is there?
What is socking it, sister? You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Okay, let's not crash, because I think this is quite a long drive. Goodness me, how far away is this place? So just to recap, the boyfriend or the fiancé of this lady, I'm guessing, stole all the stuff from the lady's house, Mrs. Eastham's house, and they used Dr. Stoneman to get them out of the way. I don't think this lady's involved, but there's clearly something going on. Excuse me, thank you. So clearly Arnett is involved, Stoneman is involved to some extent, but why was Julia Randall involved? Because yes, she was killed, we still don't know particularly why she was killed. We need to find that out, excuse me. And to not crash into everything would not be a very good idea, to be honest. Okay, we're coming to the end of the road here, so let's turn. Hopefully without killing or crashing into anyone, because that would be a bad idea. Let's slot in here if we can. Remember, I'm the police, I don't need to obey the laws of the road. Oh, I might need to hit. Goodness me, this is like across the other side of town. It's bloody ages away. Oh boy. Oh, we very nearly avoided a major crash there. That could have been the end of the car and of Phelps and this lady. And no one cares about Royale, so, you know. I think we must be nearly there. Because we're now getting on level with it, so I'm going to turn at this next junction, even though it's a bit of a weird one. Go down here.
Why don't you use the siren?
Can I? I don't even know how to use the siren. I don't even know we had one. Here we are. Wonderful. Tally-ho! Tally-ho. Okay. Arnett's apartment. Let's find out what's going on here.
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé is.
Okay, escort. Oh, we got a chauffeur service. Thankfully we didn't mess anything up.
I'm sorry, are you a resident?
Nope. I'm not. But I do have some questions that need answering.
Detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Could his fiancée not have told me that information? I guess not. Do you think she would know? To be perfectly honest with you.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Very much so. Yeah, what have we found here? Oh, is he dead?
Stop! LAPD!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Put your hands in the air!
Okay, let's go. Let's get after him. Oh, goodness me, Cole. Goodness me, Cole. Why does everyone always run? So we always seem to manage to arrive at the either worst or best moment.
Give it up! LAPD!
Hello, sir. Oh, he's definitely hiding behind there, isn't he? He's definitely going to hide behind that wall, I would say. Come on, Phelps. Get back up. This is the most anticlimactic race because we're about to just get knocked out as soon as we go around that corner. Yeah, there it is. Are we dead? No, we're not dead. Good.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
Oh, we hopped up as
Missing
well.
something, Henry?
Presumably we're hopped up as well. Oh, Phelps, you don't look good without your hat, man. Okay. One-way ticket, presumably to Mexico.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be too thrilled that you're buggering off to New Mexico. Or to Mexico City, not New Mexico, I should say. Oh, there's something there. I had a little... Just for a moment there was something. There we go.
Vacheron Constantine. It's an extremely expensive watch, Henry. A graduation present from my parents.
I doubt that somehow. Okay. Let's have a little bit of a query, shall we?
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Okay, well... Do we have anything to doubt that? I mean, we know he's clearly a bad egg. We can't really prove that's him, though, so I'm going to say... Well, actually, he is in the fashion business. So what do we say here? Remove an answer. Okay, I'm going to say doubt.
Miss Swanson might be gullible enough
Nope.
to believe your story, Arnett, but I'm not buying. You're involved in a burglary scam, and so was Julia Randall.
I'm a legitimate businessman. I can't speak for Julia.
Mr. Henderson.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
We discussed this before, didn't we? Doubt?
Give it up,
Nope.
Arnett. You're facing the gas chamber. Give the judge some
Goodness me.
reason to commute.
Can't get this wrong.
You still don't get it, do you? Julia entrapped everyone. She was so beautiful. So goddamn cold.
And the motive.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me.
Oh, how sweet.
Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
Well, I've got them both wrong already, but I don't know how else to say. Doubt again?
You wanted
No.
Julia Randall out
Man,
of
I
your
cannot
life.
do this.
Why would he want that? Julia was our friend.
Julia was his hump, sweetheart. They were the Bonnie and Clyde of society burglars. He met you and realized he didn't have to steal anymore. He could just mooch from you. He needed Julia out of the way.
Julia was insatiable. She didn't care about anyone, not the least me. She was never going to go back to the poverty she came from. I wanted it to stop.
That
Henry
went terribly.
Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Right, the doctor. The one who was always visiting her. So he had a thing for Julia. Arnett had a thing for Julia. They all had a thing for Julia. And she used it to her advantage to get as much money as possible, it seems. Okay, Dr. Stoneman, let's go.
You know the way. You can drive.
Where are we going?
this is the most locations we've ever had in one single case. I might be wrong, but it certainly feels that way.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
I don't know, sometimes I feel like they get on really well, and sometimes they feel like they really don't. It's kind of hard to find the line between the two. What are we going to find here, Dr. Stomans, I wonder? Something not very positive, I would wager. Okay, Dr. Stoneman, I'm coming for you. We still haven't found the guy who knocked us out, though, with a baseball bat, so I'm wondering how we're going to find him. We shall have to see.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better.
Because right now we still don't really have a lead on that guy. Hopefully we'll find out somehow. Right, Dr. Stoneman, you have some questions to answer, sir.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her?
I'm getting that impression.
I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife, or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Nope, sir.
Didn't see that coming.
Let's use the telephone. Call in some backup.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bekowsky says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bekowsky says to meet them there.
On our way.
Gotcha. Let's wrap this case up.
We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
Hey, that's what I said. Roy's copying me. This has been a long case. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's nice to have a change of pace, but still, definitely a long one.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
Good joke, Roy.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
I would hope not.
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
Oh, I think the police are here.
Experience.
I certainly am.
Yeah, here are the coppers. Goodness me.
told.
Goodness me.
Pringles was not one of the things I wanted to
Thank
eat.
God I didn't park there.
Yeah, I don't think your car would have survived the top convertible. Certainly would have had a lot of blood in it, that's for sure.
You can drive.
Off to Willie's apartment, please. Let's wrap this up. That's a sad ending for Dr. Stoneman. Okay, here we are at Willie's apartment. And we can see Bekowsky again, our favourite detective so far.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this side of the street.
Okay. Let's see what we find. Well, I can hear a harmonica.
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt us.
Where's Mr. Harmonica? Here he is.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Why not wait till you were closer? He was clearly into playing the harmonica. Oh, come on, we nearly had him. Roy, move out of the way, come on. I feel like we could have shot him down there. I mean, we got a couple of hits off, but just clearly not enough to kill him. Where's he going now? There we go, we got him. Wonderful.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Well, you had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Is that the case done? That's the case done. The Naked City. Wonderful. Clues found. Pretty much all of them. Questions? Not so good. The slightest trace of morphine in the crime scene would have put a smile on Crothers' face. Wonderful. That was a long case, but a fun one. A nice change of pace. For the meantime, more LA Noire to come soon indeed. For now, this has been Naked City. Take care. Bye-bye.